Trigger warning. Think for yourself. Question authority. Say what you think. Speak the damn truth. In this episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about meditation and mindfulness. Now, I just did 2 recent shows. In fact, I just taped 2 shows while sitting here. One was trying to be a little bit humorous on complaining and bitching about daylight savings time, and somehow transitioned poorly into a complaint on Walking Dead. Did another show on a more current issue with the shooting in Texas, San Antonio, just outside San Antonio, and talked a little bit about the Second Amendment, since that seems to be a hot topic nowadays. Now with meditation, which I want to get into a little bit, the reason why I think it's important is because anytime you plug in with your phone, TV, radio, you're immediately flooded with information. It plays on your subconscious and your higher conscious. There's very little you can control on what you think. And that is why I believe that meditation on mindfulness is very important, because when you sit in a space that you've created for yourself that's quiet and peaceful, and you just try to observe your breath, you're going to realize very quickly how hard that is. It sounds silly, but I challenge you to try it. Find a nice place where you can just sit quietly without distraction, and then just be observant of your breath. And I bet you won't make it 5 inhale, exhale cycles without being hijacked by a thought. You realize that these thoughts, that they come in and you're going down a rabbit hole of whatever that thought has led you. Whether it be about work, what you have to do tomorrow, what you still have to do today, what you already did today, what you did yesterday, or something completely random. The point is, with meditation and mindfulness, just like exercise, with practice, you get better. Now, you can't go into a gym and just assume that you can bench press 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it may be, if you've never worked out a day in your life. Good luck doing a pull-up if you've never worked a day in your life. I've seen people who couldn't squat just with their body weight and get back up. It takes practice. It's hard. Meditation on mindfulness is even harder. But the benefits of practicing this are incredible. Imagine if you can go a full day controlling every thought. Now, when I was a child growing up in the Christian church, I learned about the Ten Commandments, and I learned that things like coveting your neighbor, coveting what your neighbor has, meaning to be covetousness, if that's a word. Either way, I quickly learned when I went through catechism that your thoughts can be sinful, and therefore your thoughts can damage your soul. Immediately, my first reaction was, well, hell. If I can think something bad but not do it, but just by thinking it is bad, I'm screwed. How can I control my thoughts? And then about 8 years ago, I learned about Buddhism and meditation and mindfulness. And it is possible that you can control your thoughts every day, all day. You can observe how things happen around you. They spark thought. Those thoughts spark and generate emotions. And those emotions can be observed as if it was a cloud passing by. The trick is to differentiate yourself from the people who attach themselves to that thought and emotion that is passing and temporary, and not attach yourself to your thoughts. You are not your thoughts and emotions. And that's one thing that you learn through meditation and mindfulness. So now if you try to practice your breathing, as in observing your breathing while you meditate, and I'll give you a few pointers. If you try it laying down in bed, you're probably going to fall asleep. If you try it sitting Indian style or in a half lotus or full lotus position, your legs are probably going to fall asleep. It's going to be uncomfortable. If you have a bad back, I suggest you sit in a chair or you sit up. However is comfortable enough for you to stay mentally alert without being too comfortable where you fall asleep. If you're uncomfortable, you're going to be thinking about how uncomfortable you are. So you need to find whatever that is. Now, when you have a thought, which is going to happen, you're going to have a thought that enters your head, and you're going to go down that path, and it's going to lead you one thought after another. But sooner or later, you're going to remember, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be thinking. I'm supposed to be just observing my body's natural inhale-exhale cycle. Just observing, not controlling. You don't want to be purposefully going. You just want to be a normal and just observe. You want to observe how your body works without putting energy into working your body. So when you realize that I'm thinking, but I'm not supposed to be, don't be hard on yourself. Just go back to your thinking and start over again. That is the equivalent of 1 rep. If you're at a gym, when you do a bench press, that's 1 rep. So that is what that is. When you go down a thought rabbit hole and you realize I'm supposed to be observing my breath, and you go back to just square one, observing your breath, that's 1 repetition. Now, anybody who's exercised a day in their life realizes that you do not get a full workout unless you have done a full set of multiple reps. And you do that over a course of a long period of time to get real results. Mindfulness meditation is the same way. There are meditation gurus that have been doing this for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And they still don't have it mastered. Some people can see results very quickly. Within the first week, you'll notice yourself being more mindful. Maybe you won't leave your cart in the middle of the grocery aisle when you're looking for your specific ranch dressing you're looking for your salad, or that special kind of barbecue sauce that you want to put on your chicken this weekend. Maybe you'll be a little bit more mindful. You'll be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. And the key to knowing that you're being more mindful is you will notice how many other people aren't mindful. That is the results that you get that are equivalent to someone going to the gym and working out. They notice when they look in a mirror, their arms are bigger. Maybe their pants fit a little bit looser. Many examples of results dealing with exercise. Many results dealing with mindfulness meditation. So when you watch the news and you see what happened today with the shooting in Texas at the church, it's very easy to think that society is going to hell, that people are crazy. We live in a world of fear, and you're going to live in a world of fear. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be a realist, which is what I am. So when I say in my previous video of know your rights as an American, understand the Second Amendment, buy a gun, go to classes, practice, be accurate, know the laws, conceal carry, protect yourself. That's being a realist. The old saying about that is better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. The trick is with that is don't think you need it every day, all day, forever, because the world is mad. Meditate on mindfulness, and that will help you prevent being brainwashed and think that the world has gone to shit, because it's really not. Humans are the greatest creature on the planet. Our levels of compassion are endless. Our potential for love is unlimited. And there are more good, decent people out there than there are crazy people. The news and media is engineered to push a message that will incite your emotional response to keep you tuned in through the commercial break so they can make money. Their job is to give you the most terrifying information they can, because they understand that's what your brain looks for. The human brain looks for the strange, the unusual, the dangerous, because it is an engine of survival. And if you're aware of that and you meditate on mindfulness, you will be able to watch news to stay informed. You will be able to go out in public engage with society, and you won't be afraid. If you're afraid, you're going to act in fear. And anytime you act out of fear, it's typically not good for you or anyone you're around. Protect yourself, obviously, but don't assume